Welcome brothers, I'm JK Amazy with Porn Reboot. Today we're going to be talking about why you plan your relapse. Now in previous videos over the last week, I've spoken about the different stages of your porn addiction cycle. I first spoke about the dormant stage, and most recently I spoke about the trigger stage. The next stage is the planning stage. The planning stage is actually an unconscious stage, which means that you're actually not aware of the fact that you're doing it. But the amazing thing about this stage is that it can last anywhere from a few minutes to even a few months. And this is one of those stages where men who are struggling with issues with intimacy, men who are struggling with issues with loneliness, and men who have some unresolved issues are often quite satisfied with this stage. And the reason why is when you're planning and you are preparing to view pornography or to masturbate, you're already releasing this incredible cocktail of neurochemicals which are making you feel good. And often those neurochemicals, for guys who are lonely or guys who are seeking intimacy, they make you feel quite good. They're your drug of choice, because you understand that once you watch pornography and you orgasm, you ejaculate, you're no longer going to feel that way. So then you're going to feel a little bit depressed, you're going to feel a little bit down, and then you're going to start experiencing all the more negative symptoms of your porn addiction. So for men who are medicating certain issues, it makes sense to kind of stretch that preparation and planning period out. I hope that makes sense. Now during this period, of course, your arousal and your anticipation for viewing pornography grows. That's one of the reasons why you could find yourself doing something like opening multiple tabs on a porn site. Or you could find yourself, if you actually act out with escorts, you could find yourself visiting different profiles and different sites where you could find women. Or for some guys, they do the same thing with dating sites, where you are following multiple profiles, or if you have an app, you're just swiping over and over and over compulsively. So if you're asking yourself, well, is there any way that I can identify that I'm actually in the planning stage? Yes, there is a way. One of the easiest ways to identify it is by one of the core characteristics of the planning stage, which is that during this stage, you are also trying to make sure that you don't get caught. I'll say it again. During the planning stage, even though your anticipation and your arousal is increasing, you're simultaneously making sure that you don't get caught. So in a planning stage that lasts for a couple of minutes, let's say somebody leaves the house and you're alone and you find an opportunity to view pornography, your preparation and planning could be as simple as double checking to make sure the door is locked, closing the blinds, making sure that your camera is blocked, making sure that nobody can catch you engaging in that behavior. And for the planning stage that lasts weeks or months, it could involve things like setting up a hotel room, or planning to be alone during a vacation, or putting together an alibi to be somewhere else during an event. And this is more often seen in guys who go on vacations often, or guys who are married, or businessmen, or who have to travel to conferences and other such events as part of their career. And you're not really aware when you're doing this, but I found that with my clients, pointing out this particular part, the fact that you're trying to prevent yourself from getting caught, is one of the easiest ways to kind of bring yourself back to reality. Like, why are you hiding this, right? You're not viewing pornography, you're not masturbating, but why are you trying not to get caught? It's simple, because you are preparing yourself to engage in your acting out behavior, which is, viewing pornography or masturbating. The reason why you do this, the reason why you plan, the reason why it sometimes takes so long, and the reason why you try to hide it from other people is quite simple. It's because you are in deep denial of your behavior in most cases. I've spoken to men who swear up and down that I don't watch porn, I don't masturbate, and I ask, well, did you look at anything lately? And you're like, yeah, I just looked, but I haven't really been doing anything. Then there are also other men who are a little bit more aware of the situation. You might be one of the men who says, I think I'm headed for a slip. And I'll ask, well, why? You say, well, because I found myself like on dating sites more. I found myself just kind of going to certain sites a little bit more, but I haven't done anything. And this is great because it's possible that you're one of those men who is catching himself right before he gets into the planning stage. The planning and preparation stage is one of the reasons why I tell men to stay away from dating apps and dating sites early in your reboot. And the reason why is that you can unconsciously fall into the preparation stage. So let's say you've gone a few months without porn or masturbation and you decide that you want to hop on a dating site or a dating app and meet women. The next thing you know is you're swiping innocently enough through this site. But before you know it, you're spending a lot of time there. And the justification is, oh, I just wanted to get back on it for the 12th time today because I wanted to see if she responded to me. But it has become a compulsive behavior. And you start noticing that you're releasing a lot of the neurochemicals you used to release prior to relapsing. All that app or that dating site is doing is prompting you by using the same neural pathways that were used when you were using pornography to go into the preparation or planning stage of your addiction cycle. So that's one of the reasons I tell men to be very wary of using dating apps and dating sites early in your reboot. So that's it, brothers. That is the reason why you plan your relapse. As I mentioned earlier, the reason why was because of the denial you find yourself in. And what I'm going to be breaking down in one of our next videos are all the different reasons and all the different ways that you deny this particular stage of the porn addiction cycle. All right? So brother, I hope you learned something from that. If you found it helpful and you'd like to gain access to more videos like this, go ahead and click the subscribe button at the lower right hand side of the screen. And if you liked it, don't forget to leave us a like and also a comment and suggestions for any other videos or topics that you'd like me to cover in the future. And if you're curious about our system, if you would like to learn how we help men end their out of control behavior with porn and masturbation, there's a link to my free ebook. It's called Confessions of a Porn Addict, 7 Secrets of Porn-Free Men, in the description of the video below. Also, if you would like to be part of a community of men who are actively ending their out of control behavior, who are seeking accountability, who are seeking support, who are supporting each other through this journey, you can also join our free Facebook group, and there's a link to it in the description of the video as well. I'm JK, your brother in this struggle. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and I'll speak to you later in the week.